It's been 2 months since the initial flooding hit the Okanagan, and on Wednesday morning, the Regional District of the Central Okanagan hosted a press conference to discuss the demobilization process. Andrew Hensberger went into detail on the plan to demobilize the 33 kilometers of the sandbags and other flood protection barriers, as well as where they are currently standing in the process.
So the cleanup is said it's going to take 150 to 200% of what it took to put these things up. So there's a lot of work here. So we've already started the removal of the protection, flood protection measures. So some of the tiger dams have come down from the beaches, sandbags as well. So this is our staged approach. We have a stage 1 and stage 2. We're in stage 1 right now. So the interim kind of removals. This, due to the water still being high, we're above our 1990 and 97 levels. So we still are in, we still are protecting areas with our flood protection measures. So we're doing what we can to remove what's out there where it's safe and where we're not going to run into problems with erosion on the forefront or the foreshore, and some of the docks that have managed to survive some of our wind events. We want to ensure that some of these areas are protected moving forward. So this stage 1 that we're in now, we're asking the public, the homeowners that live on the water, if they can start moving their sandbags to the roadside or beach accesses to help us get rid of some of these sandbags as the water is still high. So after that's complete and we feel that it's safe to start tearing down completely, then we'll move to stage 2, which is where our crews, supported by the province, will go into backyards and start removing these flood protection measures. So flood protection is temporary, so all of the sandbags and gabions and tiger dams and everything that we've put out needs to be removed. And also important is that the sand, we don't want the sand dumped into the creeks, into the lake, into the wetlands.
Ian Wilson provided some data on just how much debris had made its way to the shores of Lake Okanagan, as well as the process of removal.
We currently have some contractors out there working on the lake right now with barges, and they are doing some of the cleanup for us. They've started in the areas where there is public land and where the risk of erosion is less. So and the reason for that is that we don't want to take away all the debris where it might still be providing some protection from waves. So we've started in those areas where there is a lower risk, and we think that they're actually going to clean up most of the public foreshore areas probably within the next day or two. And then we're asking people to stay tuned as to how we roll it out with other public areas, in front of private properties, but still on the public domain, how we're going to roll that out and help take away some of those orphan pieces of docks and garbage. But I expect that will probably start within the next week or two. So at this point, we do have a little bit of data just from some oblique photos that were taken of these areas that there's roughly over 360 pieces of docks that we've kind of cataloged floating around in front of different properties, about 200 large pieces of woody debris. And of course, then there's the barrels and other pieces of stuff that's floating around. So it is quite a bit of material. It's going to take a while to clean up, and as I said, we'll try to roll it out as the water recedes and where we feel it's safe to do so.
Following the conferences, members of the BC Wildfire Services crew demonstrated the strategy for demobilizing sandbags. Okanagan Lake is not expected to hit full pool until the end of July, meaning that recovery is not expected until mid-August, depending on the area. For KelownaNow.com, I'm Savannah Bagshaw.